Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. No, I did not get my camera battery, but I have an excuse. I forgot to do it. I don't know if you guys saw, you probably have. If you haven't, Hershey's put out a chocolate bar. It was trans positive, it was inclusionary, and it was great. They just did trans representation. That made people mad. And they actually went and they had to go make their own candy bars because they were so mad about transgender inclusion. That's the sum of today's video. So I'm going to show you the ad that made all the transphobes really, really angry, that they went out of their way to make their own chocolate bar, as if there isn't other chocolate bar options you could grab at the 7-Eleven. So here's the really long commercial. Bear with me.
My name is Faye Johnstone. I'm the executive director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the women changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
That's it. That's the ad. And this set off a whole outrage among Daily Wire. I don't know if you guys remember our good friend Jeremy Razors, but I did something on Jeremy Razors because they got really, really upset that they were pulled from a razor company, that they went out and they made their own razors so that they could sell to their audience and profit off their audience. This is what Jeremy's Razors tweeted. They said, "Introducing Jeremy's Chocolate. Stop giving your money to woke chocolate companies. I hate Hershey's.com." Let's take a look at what our good friends had to say about this chocolate bar thing, though.
Hershey's decided that it was worthwhile going completely woke. So this makes them the second major chocolate company to decide to move along woke lines. Obviously, you saw M&M's with their body positivity M&M spokespeople and all the rest of their silliness. Well, now,
Anytime I hear this man's voice, I can't fucking...
Hershey's has gone a lot further. So Hershey's, over the last couple of days, in honor of Women's History Month, because again, women represent 50% of the population, but apparently only about 1/12 of the history. In honor of Women's History Month, they decided to launch their she bars.
wait, what did he mean by that? Is that misogynistic or is that just like a fact? Is he just saying that women don't have any history, so they shouldn't have a history month? You know what? He's probably not saying that. He might be. I wouldn't put it past him.
Ah, yes, because it's her for she. Get it? Like her, she, get it? But here is the thing. That'd be kind of virtue signaling enough. But they decided that the most virtue signaling that they could pack into one chocolate bar was going to be by featuring as the spokesperson for Hershey's for Women's History Month, a dude, an actual man, like a male who believes that he is a woman.
Hey, dude. My fucking dude.
And so Hershey's Canada released an ad featuring a male to female transgender person. Here we go.
I like how he's pretending to be shocked about transgender people, like it's the first time he's hearing about it. A male to female transgender person? You've been obsessed with trans people for I don't even know how many, like a decade now. You know what the terms are, Ben. Come on, Benny boy.
See the women changing how we see the future. The future is very, very male. All the best women are men. Okay, so we here at Daily Wire, we don't particularly hold with this sort of thing. Well, we're not big fans of corporations that decide they're going to virtue signal to you. They're going to try to sell you chocolate or sell you razors or sell you any sort of good by spitting in your face with regard to your own values. And this is why today I am proud to announce that we have launched Jeremy's Chocolate. Yes, you knew.
Wait, but how? Dude, how is Hershey's spitting in your face? Like, if you are that upset about trans people existing and being represented that you won't buy your favorite chocolate bar, you have mental issues. You should see a therapist. Something should happen, because it is not that serious. It's not that serious at all. It's just representation. Wow, that is a lot. You know, I'm from the future, so looking back at this video, there's too much going on. So I wanted to share something positive with you today instead. Today's video is actually sponsored by Love Honey. Love Honey sells adult toys, lingerie, and gender expressive products, which made me really, really happy. They sent me one of their products and it is called the We-Vibe Moxie. So this is a fun one. This is a hands-free toy. You can use it by yourself or you can use it with a partner. It has a slip-proof magnet that you can see right here. So you can take that, you can attach it to your underwear. And you know what? If you want to make something fun like doing the dishes, because that's awful, you can throw this on, put it on your partner. Just don't break any of the dishes. I don't think that would be very good. It's Bluetooth controlled and super discreet, and it is really soft when you touch it. And that's what she said. By the way, it has 10 vibration modes. So, experience the power of pleasure with We-Vibe Moxie. And click the link in my description and use code SAM20 for 20% off site-wide on Love Honey. You know what? Let me show you the ad for Jeremy's Chocolate.
International Women's Day is upon us again. And I love an international woman. But our friends over at Hershey's, they don't even know what a woman is. They've hired a biological male to be the spokesperson for their Women's Day campaign. And they're calling that campaign, and I swear I'm not making this up, Her she. Hershey. It's humiliating.
All right, you could have at least learned those couple of lines. He's reading the lines off of something. This is a 48-second ad. You couldn't remember that? You had to read it off of a fucking board? Dude. Terrible. Also, you're 5'3".
And it's the reason that I'm launching Jeremy's chocolate. We have two kinds. She, her, and he, him. One of them's got nuts. If you need me to tell you which one it is, keep giving your money to Hershey's. But if you're tired of giving your money to woke corporations that hate you, and you're looking for a delicious chocolate bar from a company that actually wants your business, head over to IHateHershey's.com and order Jeremy's chocolate today.
Head over to IHateHershey's.com because you're stupid as fuck and you're making us richer. Go buy a $10 chocolate bar.
On the refrigerator, there's an article about the
Okay, Ben Shapiro jump scare. That scared me. I didn't know that was gonna play. Okay, but listen to me. Okay? You had to write nuts on the he, him. If your audience was smart, and if you guys know he, him has nuts, why did you have to write nuts on the packaging? Shouldn't they have known, just like you're saying, we should know which one has nuts? You wrote nuts on it. You didn't have to. Also, this is Ben Shapiro in a wig. I refuse to believe anything other than this being Ben Shapiro in a wig. Yeah, so then we had tweets like this where we would like for Hershey's to understand that they shouldn't be trying to sell your products on the back of hating your values. Ben Shapiro actually complained about this multiple times, so he also posted this.
Hey, folks, it's Women's History Month. Are you pumped? We finished Black History Month, so I guess we don't have to talk about Black history anymore. And now it's Women's History Month, which means that after this month, we don't have to talk about women's history anymore. I guess that's how this works, right? But here is the thing. During Women's History Month, we have to talk about the world's greatest women, which is why Hershey is now sponsoring a new campaign. It's their She Bar, and it stars a dude. Like the Canadian her for she bar, it stars a transgender woman, meaning a dude. Because all the best women are men, including Dylan Mulvaney, who released a Women's History Month video in which he dressed up in pink, which apparently makes you a woman now.
Dude, if you want to kiss Dylan Mulvaney, you just have to say it. You can just say it. I've never heard anyone say her name more than you. And not only is he angry, we've got the guy who always has something in his throat. He's really mad about it.
Women's History Month does not enjoy exactly the same status as Pride Month or Black History Month. Of the three sacred celebrations, Women's History Month, which began this...
Women's History Month does not enjoy. I wonder what Matt Walsh looks like without his glasses on. I want to see him without his glasses on. Take him off, man.
Still, it's an important and holy time on the leftist liturgical calendar, especially because it presents yet another opportunity to celebrate LGBT people. To be specific, Women's History Month is a time to celebrate men, gay men who masquerade as women. That's certainly how the Hershey's Corporation sees it anyway. That's why this week, as you've probably heard, the candy company unveiled its He for She campaign, which is meant to...
You said it wrong, dumbass. It's her for she, not he for she. She for he. That's what I did.
Quote, shine a light on the women and girls who inspire us every day. And they selected 5 women to be a part of this, so to be faces of this initiative. And each of the women will even have their likenesses adorn Hershey's chocolate bar wrappings for the duration of the month. But the interesting thing about one of these women is that he is not a woman at all, but rather a man pretending to be a woman. Trans activist Faye Johnstone announced his inclusion in the campaign this week with this video. Listen.
Matt Walsh is really weird. I remember when he made a response video to me, he would only use my name, but he didn't misgender me, which I found very interesting. But he has no problem doing it here. Does he have no problem misgendering trans women, but won't misgender trans men? I don't know. Just food for thought. I've always noticed that about him.
Now, it's already as absurd and as insulting as it can possibly get for a major corporate brand to make this man, who, by the way, also looks and sounds like a man, a representative of women. But a glance at Johnstone's history and at his social media posts tells an even darker story. In fact, Hershey has inadvertently provided us with, I think, a very revealing illustration of how trans activists are made and what they do with the privilege that their self-identity affords them.
I have a privilege? The only privilege that I have is now I'm a straight white male. I can't even get into that. Trans people are absolutely not privileged in any way. I'm the most privileged you could ever get if you don't know that I'm trans. Like if I go out in public, yeah, sure. If I go for a job, yeah, sure. I definitely have some type of privilege. We're on I Hate Hershey's, and we'll look at their bar. So you can pre-order the chocolate. So you have to wait to get the chocolate. You can get 4 chocolate bars for $25. And these are small. These are small boys. These are 1.5 ounce bars. They are kosher certified, so Ben Shapiro can shove 4 of them down his throat. They are soy free, so you don't turn into a soy boy. You can buy a single bar on pre-order for $7. $7. 1.5 ounces for a chocolate bar that you have to wait weeks to get. You can do it. Anyways, if you spend $100, you can get a free leftist tears tumbler. So you can take that into work. That is the corniest shit I've ever seen. Wait, what does it look like? Nobody's buying your tumblers. That's why you have to give away free ones. I do like how they have a tumbler for leftist tears when they're the ones literally crying over a 15-second ad because it included trans people. Anyways, who else got mad? Let's see.
See the woman changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
I know. Everyone knows. It's so offensive in every way to every group, it seems. It's so offensive that you know it crossed Jeremy's mind, right? You know. So actually, some of you tweeted it at us. You said, this company, I just want to eat my chocolate, but this company is just rubbing my face in this stupid, not only woke feminist ideology, but this woke trans feminist, you know it crossed Jeremy's mind.
You know what crossed Jeremy's mind? This is another way to capitalize off of really stupid fucking people. No, don't go into the 7-Eleven and buy a totally different brand of chocolate because there's not 100 other options. Buy mine, get it shipped to you, pay overpriced for non-labeled chocolate that probably tastes like ass. It probably tastes like shit. Jeremy probably shit in a container for a couple of months and then froze it and they made it into chocolate bars. That's probably what it is. And you know what? They would buy it. They would eat the shit out of that.
But you probably thought, there's no way that Jeremy would actually launch a chocolate company. If he did, there's no way that he would do it on the very day that Hershey's launched the trans campaign, right? Well, just because we launched Jeremy's Razors.
Do you guys all collectively suck Jeremy's dick in the back? Michael Knowles had to have it. Michael Knowles is a little bit too excited to talk about Jeremy. There's something going on between them two, at least. Anyways, who else was mad at this? Oh, right, Ben Shapiro. In a wig. Is this his daughter? I wonder if it's his daughter.
That I want to focus on today is one that I'm sure you guys have already seen and we're all talking about. That's Hershey's Chocolate. They released a new campaign and a new chocolate bar for International Women's Day and Women's History Month. Let's take a look at this ad.
My name's
Brett and I swallow fucking microphones. Move it a little bit away from your face.
We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the women changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
Oh my God. See the women changing how we see the future.
Also, this has nothing to do with any of you guys. This is a Canadian ad. Like, is this... like, this has nothing to do with you.
Apparently, we're seeing a future where men are women, but we already knew that that was happening. So that is a biological man who is now on the wrapper.
Would you get mad if this was in China or Japan or the UK? Why are you so mad about it? It's not in your it's not even in your vicinity. Come on now. It's not even in your country. Shut up.
Of a new Hershey's chocolate bar, the campaign is her for she, like the pronouns, but boom, so funny, Hershey. That's so great that you're leaning into that. Love it so much. Because what says
just funny as hell. Hershey, it's so good.
Uplifting women on International Women's Day like uplifting men. My favorite part of women's history is the patriarchy smashing glass ceilings for us. I think that that is what feminists, of the past really wanted for us now.
You people never cared about anything that had to do with women, to be honest. You never cared about women's sports. You never cared about women's rights or anything like that. These people have never watched women's sports. I would bet my entire life on it they never did. And as soon as a trans woman starts to compete, all of a sudden it's the end of the world.
2023. Now, the man featured in this Hershey's ad, his name is Faye, like you saw, and he is a self-proclaimed activist. There were so many letters in his organization, I don't even want to try to repeat them, but like so many women these days, he wasn't always a woman. In fact, it is only very recently that he has started identifying as a woman. Now, Matt Walsh did some quick internet sleuthing and posted all of this yesterday, and he found that back in 2015, Faye was a self-hating cisgender man. Here's one of his posts from March of 2015. He is talking about LGBTQ youth and activism, and he says, while very involved in the Ottawa queer community, I want to acknowledge my own cis privilege and say that across the board, white queer men like myself take up space that marginalizes the most oppressed and diverse members of our communities. Thankful that Tegan and Sarah did indeed take steps to showcase a huge diversity of LGBTQ activists across Canada, focusing on those who are often erased in our community. So he was always queer, apparently, or at least longer than he's been identifying as a woman, but he hated the fact that he was oppressing the even more marginalized people.
Oh my god, you have to shut up. Ooh, this is a lot. She's kind of a lot. I have brain deterioration. It's all gone. If I listen to 3 more seconds of that, I will have no brain left. And I really can't risk that because I don't really have much anyways. You guys are so weird for digging up her past. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Go buy a payday and just shut the fuck up. No, this is weird that you're digging up her old posts and like showing pictures of her. You people have serious mental issues. I think you should definitely see therapists. You could have just bought in like Lindt chocolate and just shut the fuck up. They make it so serious for no reason. It is not that serious. It's not a big deal, but they're mad. Hey, you know what? They get really upset over small things. I guess we can't really fault them. So anyways, well, that's all I had to show you guys today about weirdos and how they made their own chocolate bars, because they really just can't stand to see a trans person anywhere at all, because it is very upsetting to them, and they cry and they go out of their way to make a new chocolate bar. Or should I say, just another money grab. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I love you very much. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody. So, experience the power of pleasure with We-Vibe Moxie, and click the link in my description and use code SAM20 for 20% off site-wide on Love Honey.